So retention of principals and teachers is absolutely critical. Any superintendent knows the time and energy it takes to provide the kind of coaching and mentoring necessary to ensure that people are all headed in the same direction, all have a deep understanding of a district strategic plan and mission, and can work as a team. After putting that kind of time and attention into developing those teams, you want to make sure that they are staying together long enough to make a sustained difference. So retention becomes critical. The career pathways that we're able to offer by providing opportunities for teachers to become leaders and our principals to become leaders ensures that they're able to extend their skill sets and their practice by providing opportunities for them to showcase their learnings and their knowledge while learning from others and learning from their peers. So we're very, very committed to making sure that we maintain the quality of the program, but that we maintain our capacity as well through staff retention.
So if you look at implementation, we're still at the beginning phases of this, and I thought we did a great job, but we're all very excited to see where this program is going because we feel safe and we feel trusted by the administrators in the district to do what we need to support our own colleagues.
I think we recognize that we're all equally unskilled in some areas. Nobody can be an expert when you're implementing new curriculum and new strategies. So what we're really trying to do is create this culture of innovation and a culture where we use some elements of design thinking to really focus on what the end user needs and what they require in order to feel comfortable with implementation of new initiatives. So it's again that back mapping and that relationship building that becomes critical to us.
So if you go back in time in Greece, 5-10 years, it was a somewhat broken system in terms of trust and relationships. So I had worked here as a building principal at the time, and it was really, really evident because of changes in leadership over time. We had multiple superintendents, that people had gotten to the point of not really being able to trust leaders, not being able to trust administration, not being able to trust initiatives moving forward that they were going to stick. So it became really, really clear that something needed to change. And I think the biggest thing that needed to change was trust, and trying to build some trust so that people could know that the things moving forward were going to be really invested in, and we were going to stick with them.
And what was challenging about that as a classroom teacher, you had different initiatives that would come out and different PD models that would come out. And when your leadership changed, ideas changed and philosophies changed. So we didn't know who to turn to ask the questions, and we didn't have a clear chain of command for communication in the district.
And that went right from teacher right to principals, because as a principal with new superintendents coming in and changing, it was really difficult to make sure that you were giving people the right message and that they had the right supports in place.
Well, the benefit of coming into the Greece Central School District when I did was that we had a reform agenda that was ready to be looked at, studied, and implemented. So when I came in, did the traditional entry plan process, interviewed multiple stakeholders, listened to people about what the strengths and needs were in the district, and then one of the needs was articulated K-12 curriculum to build a sense of community, a sense of direction and purpose, to be clearer about what the ultimate goals were, roles and responsibilities, and there was a great need for people to understand the direction of the district and to have a voice in that direction.
The Regis Reform Agenda provided the perfect opportunity for us to take the teacher leader model and administrative effectiveness and use the APPR process to create systems of cohesion. So now we have an opportunity for teachers to see themselves as part of the larger success of our school district K-12, as opposed to being evaluated for the impact they have on with their students for that particular year.
And what I feel was a huge turning point for Greece was the rollout of the APPR. We had a very, very unique model where it really was the beginning, in my eyes, of teacher leadership. The superintendent worked with the State Teachers Union, NYSET, and the Greece Teachers Association to find the best way to implement the new evaluation tool that would then have a direct impact on student learning. And what we did was we had our senior union reps at each building do the training and the rollout of the APPR. So the union reps worked alongside with NYSET and trained the teachers and the administrators. And that was the first time in my 15 years here in this district that I saw teachers in that position of doing the rollout of something for all stakeholders at one time.
And what I would add to that, I guess, the piece there is it wasn't just a token. It wasn't just let's give them a presentation and have them roll that out for us. I think the biggest difference, and I think this is what you would hear from teachers, is that there was a sincerity to that, and that they really wanted, or we really wanted, the teachers to be part of it, and not just with the rollout, but with the actual day-to-day work. And that was symbolic in terms of who presented, but it also was symbolic in terms of who's been included in all these different components along the way.